Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want to keep up with me when I'm not on YouTube, I'm going to ask you to do me a big favor. Get down in the description box and click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link and give me a follow on Instagram. I'm going to ask you guys to do me a big favor though. Just remember, when you're on Instagram, if you decide to give me a follow, I'm never going to slide into your DMs and ask you for things that I don't talk about on my YouTube channel. So just be careful on Instagram because it's full of impersonating scammers. For some reason, Instagram allows anybody to just go clone someone's pictures and reels, create basically the same name as your username with slight alterations to it, and then just masquerade as they're you. That's what Instagram will allow people to do. And then you try to report the people, they won't close the account. So just be careful, guys. Instagram, for whatever reason, what they really care about is just, I guess, people who are on the platform. They don't care about anything else because I'm not sure how you let people or bots or whoever doing it. Obviously, it has to be somebody, a person behind all of this, or persons. Obviously, a scam ring behind all of this, but I just don't know how you can allow people to just go to Instagram and just clone people's legitimate account and then turn right around, basically use their same username, and then turn around and DM people. And then when you report them, they won't shut the account down. So just be careful on Instagram. I'm never going to ask you guys to send me money or anything like that. I'm never going to talk about things on Instagram or through DM that I don't talk about on my YouTube channel to your face, to the broader public. You guys know what I do. I'm a traditional investor. I do not do options trading. I do not do Forex trading. I do not do day trading. I'm not a big crypto guy. Nothing wrong with crypto. If that's your thing, it's just not my thing. I'm just a traditional guy. I buy companies, right? I buy companies, big boy blue chip companies. That's what I buy. Whether I buy them through an ETF or whether I buy them individually, I'm buying American companies, big boy blue chip American companies. That's all I do. And I do it over time. Right? I don't jump in and jump out of them. I buy, I hold for wealth growth. That's what I do. So if someone slides into your DM and they ain't talking about that, then you know it's not me. I'm just big boy blue chip American companies. That's it. No crypto, none of this other funny stuff people be trying to, none of that. I don't got no programs where I'm going to teach you how to trade stocks. I don't got no stock trading program. It's pretty simple. You don't need to learn how to do anything other than buy big boy blue chip companies and stay in them long enough and you'll get wealthy. That's the way it works for me. So if anybody's sliding to your DMs on Instagram or Facebook or any of these other social media platforms saying they're me, and that's not what they're talking about, you know it's a lie, you know it's a scammer, and you need to report them and block them. That's all I can tell you. But other than that, if you're comfortable with following me on Instagram, get down to the description box and click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link. I'm posting some great reels over there. I'm putting the cars on the Instagram channel. For you guys have been following me, you know I've just gotten 3 new cars, traded out 3, brought 3 new ones in, and I got a 4th one coming. So if you want to keep up with me, like I said, with the lifestyle, I'm getting ready to do some traveling here real soon. And I'm only going to be posting that on the Instagram page. So if you want to keep up with me, feel free to give me a follow. I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you want to, get down in the description box, click on that link, and just be careful for impersonating scammers. www.richardfain.net That's the website, the brand new website, 3 months old. And I gotta tell you guys, y'all have really embraced the website. Over 200,000 of you guys have already checked out the website. So thank you very much for that. Hundreds and hundreds of you guys have purchased the digital products. So double thank you for that, right? An investment in you, not in me, right? It's not an investment in me. It's an investment in you. It helps you gather information quickly that's concise, precise, straight to the point, A to Z instructions that you can then convert to execution. That's it. Now you ain't got to go all over the internet and spend 10 hours on the internet trying to figure out how do you fix your credit, how do you repair your credit, how do you increase your credit score. You ain't got to spend $3,000 giving a guru for the guru to help you, or paying $1,000 for a trade line and all that stuff. All you got to do is grab the digital product. It's a self-study. It tells you everything you need to know to be able to do it yourself. Why is it important that you do it yourself? Because you change behaviors. When you pay somebody to do something for you, you ain't changing no behaviors. You're going to do the same old thing over again. As soon as your back gets against the wall, you'll run your credit cards back up again, or improperly use credit again, and you're back in the same boat. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, guys. The only way you change habits when you do it yourself. You don't change habits when you pay some guru $1,000 to give you a trade line to beat the system. You don't change no habits. All you do is do what? Kick the can down the road. But what happens is you catch up to the can again. You kick the can down the road, but you catch up to the can again. The only way you change behavior is you have to do the work. That's what the digital products on my website allow you to do. You do the work. You don't need no guru to do the work for you. You don't need somebody to tell you how to invest in, how do I invest in real estate for income? You don't need a guru to tell you how to do that. All you got to do is dive into the self-study that I have on the platform. I got on my website. I have an ebook on the website, A through Z, how to buy real estate for income with little or no money down. Just follow the steps. You ain't got to pay some guy $3,500 to tell you nothing. No, this is what I'm telling you guys. If we want to build wealth and we want to use the big three, we have to do it ourselves. That doesn't mean you don't get information. Yes, you do. But you have to take that information and execute on it. You cannot put that execution on someone else. You can't. That's when we open ourselves up a lot of times for people to take advantage of us. The whole point of my website is to give you the tools you need to change money behaviors. But if you don't take these tools and change money behaviors, and you try to put that off on somebody else by paying them a little bit of money, that don't help you at all, guys. It doesn't benefit you. Please understand this. It does not benefit you when you don't learn something and then do. That don't mean you won't make mistakes. That won't mean you won't have to go back and look at that material a second or third or fourth time. But if you do it yourself, guys, now you've learned a skill nobody can take from you. That's the key. You got to learn skills, how to make money that no one can take from you. That's what I've done over the last 30 years. Didn't nobody teach me how to do real estate. I found information and I taught myself. Guess what though? Nobody could ever take that skill from me. You can drop me anywhere on the planet and I'll know how to buy real estate and take care of myself. You can drop me anywhere on the planet and I'll know how to buy stocks to build wealth. You can drop me anywhere on the planet and I'll know how to start a business and scale it. Why? Because I've taught myself how to do these skills and you can't take them from me. But when you try to put that off on somebody else to do it for you, you learn nothing, right? So check out the website, check out them digital products. Hopefully you'll find something on there that you can go ahead and invest in yourself and learn a skill, change behavior, grow your wealth, and never have to worry about being dependent on the matrix. Because see, when you learn a skill and you start making money from that skill, now you become independent. Because you can go anywhere in the world and take care of yourself. I don't care where it's at. I don't care where you go. If you got that money skill, you can take care of yourself. Well, all right, last thing, let's jump on the Moomoo topic. As of yesterday, guys, the good folks at Moomoo, they gave me a special offer for you guys. Just for my people now. If you ain't hitting my link down in the description box, you don't get this offer. You want to go somewhere else and chase down, you won't get the offer. But through my link in the description box, first link, here's the offer. Up to 20 free stocks for just trying out the Brokerage app. Yeah, 20 free stocks. Listen, guys, these are publicly traded companies on American stock exchanges. Whether it be the New York Stock Exchange, whether it be the Chicago Stock Exchange or the like. U.S. stock exchanges, these are public companies, publicly traded. That means shares. You become what? A shareholder. They're going to give you 20 of these publicly traded stocks. Guys, that's instant net worth for you. These stocks, each one of them can be valued anywhere from $2 all the way up to $2,000 each. Don't miss this offer, guys. You're not going to get this offer anywhere else on the internet. Nowhere else. Nobody else that offers a self-directed brokerage app is going to give you 20 publicly traded companies in your portfolio before you trade one stock. Before you buy one ETF, you're going to get 20, up to 20 publicly traded companies. Where else are you going to get that? Nowhere, other than down in the description box with my link. So listen, if you want to build your wealth and you want to use paper assets to do it, you're going to need a brokerage account. And guess what? The guy you're listening to on YouTube, the guy you're rocking with, guess what he uses? Moomoo. That's right. That's my primary brokerage app that I use to buy big boy blue chip paper assets. Proven historical record of building wealth. I buy these companies and these ETFs through Moomoo. So if you want to rock with me and get yourself up to 20 free publicly traded companies in your portfolio, instant wealth, instant net worth gain, get down in the description box and click on that Moomoo link and get yourself started today. Listen, when you put $100 in your Moomoo brokerage account, when you initially open the brokerage account, you put $100, you're going to get 8 free stocks. If you open your account with $1,000, that's where you get the full 20 free stocks, publicly traded companies. Do not miss this opportunity, guys, to build your wealth. Remember what I said earlier. Listen, when you learn the skill, nobody can take it away from you. Nobody. I don't care where you go in the world. If you got this skill, they can't take it from you. You can build wealth anywhere you go. Drop me anywhere on the planet and I'm gonna be able to take care of myself. Why? Because I got skills. I got money skills that I've taught myself over 30 years. And paper assets is one of those skills that I've picked up over the years. And why? Because I did not continue to allow limiting beliefs to keep me dependent on the 1%. Hell, if Warren Buffett can do it, I can do it. See, that's the kind of guy I am. I don't know about you. I'm the kind of guy, I don't care who the dude is. I don't care who he is. I think I can do it too. That's how I feel about whatever, guys. And you should feel that way about yourself. I keep telling y'all, you are unique. Ain't nobody else in the world like you. You are special. There is no other human being out of 8 billion people on this earth. There's only one of you. So stop limiting yourself, guys. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Go get this wealth, man. It's so much wealth on this. It's so much wealth, guys. Please get your fair share of it. And it starts with this Moomoo brokerage app. So get down in the description box, click on it. Get you up to 20 free stocks. Get yourself fractional share trading. Get yourself automatic investing. Get yourself automatic reinvestment of your dividends. Why is that important? Because you need that compounding. See, not only am I going to get growth in the stock, right? Say I buy a stock at $100 a share. I'm going to get that growth over time. It's going to go to $125, $150, $175, $200 a share. Plus, if they pay a dividend, I'm going to take them dividends and I'm going to reinvest it into buying more of that stock. That's what they call compounding effect in the stock market. and you do that over a long period of time, guys, my experience, my results over 30 years have been amazing. Started with $150 investing, guys, every 2 weeks. That's what I started with. And I've been in paper assets for 30 years. Why would I stay in something that long if I didn't make no money? I wouldn't. I stay in it because it's a way to make money while I'm asleep. It's a way to make money while I'm on this YouTube video right here. I'm making money right now. I'm in the market 365 days a year. There ain't no breaks. My money is constantly compounding itself 365 days a year. You can get started doing that today. I don't care if you're 18 to 80. If you have a wealth transfer need, these next 10 years is your time. So get down to that description box, click on that Moomoo link, go get that free stock, go get that free money. And if you don't know how to use the app, no big deal. Send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Send me an email and say, hey, Richard, I went ahead and opened that Moomoo account. I want to take control of my own financial destiny. I want to take control of my own financial power. And I want to, at some point in my life, own 100% of my time. And I want to do that through paper assets. Send me those tutorial videos so I can collapse time frames, learn how to use this app, and I'm ready to execute. Also, if you don't mind, send me your wealth transfer blueprints 1.0, 2.0, outlining all the big boy blue chip paper assets you're buying to quadruple your net worth over the next 10 years. Would you share that with me as well? ASAP Rocky. I'm sending it out to you ASAP Rocky. So listen, man, I'm here to help you learn a skill that you can be anywhere in the world and be able to execute. Anywhere. I don't care where they drop you at. If you got an internet connection, you can make money. That's all you need is an internet connection, man. I can go anywhere on the planet with an internet connection and I can trade stocks. I can trade ETFs. I can go anywhere on the planet with an internet connection and I can start me an online business and make money. Guys, this is what I'm trying to tell you. These are the skills we need. I don't need a skill where I got to go to work for somebody in some office or some manufacturing plant or some whatever and be there for 8 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours a day to make them rich. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. You shouldn't want to do that either because that's the matrix. You want to get yourself off independent. You want to get independent of the matrix. You don't want to be dependent on the matrix. You want to be independent over here. So think about that, guys, if you don't mind. Wonderful offer only for the folks that rock with me, only for the folks that watch my YouTube channel. You get that 20 free stocks. Can't get it nowhere else. So if you want to take advantage of 20 publicly traded companies for free, just by opening a brokerage account, putting you some money in it, getting yourself locked and loaded, ready to buy paper assets to build wealth, you're going to get those 20 free stocks. All right. Well, let's keep moving, guys, because we got a lot to cover. I don't know if you guys, some of you people are new. Y'all don't know who I am, right? So I'm a guy who loves big boy blue chip paper assets. And one of my favorite right now is Nvidia. And I'm stacked, at least in my little world. I'm stacked, right? 8,300 shares right now, soon to be 10,000 shares before 7/31/2024. Stacked, ready to rock and roll. But you got to ask yourself, is it too late? Did we miss the explosion? Has the explosion already happened? Is it too late? Has Nvidia stock finally peaked? I got to ask myself that question because I'm heavily invested, right? I currently got 8,300 shares. I'm soon to have 10,000 shares. Am I late to the party? Is the party over? That's what I'm asking myself, right? And I know some of you have asking yourself the same thing. So I wanted to address that today. You know, I want to address, especially because we had some news yesterday from some tech giants. And it was mediocre news. If you was on my live stream last night at 6:00 p.m., I talked about Google and I talked about Tesla. Now, these are mega cap, mega tech companies. big boys. And they came out with their Q2 earnings. And I gotta say, guys, they were pretty lackluster, right? Tesla missed on some stuff. It beat on some stuff. Same thing with Google. They missed on some stuff, but they beat on some stuff. Now, Google was better than Tesla. Google at least hit revenue, and they hit, I think it was earnings per share or something like that. They hit a couple big ones. Tesla, I think Tesla missed on some stuff they shouldn't have missed on, right? So it was lackluster. And what that did, though, was it caused investors, once again, on this morning, pre-market, and when the market opened, it caused some investors to do what? Rotate out again, sell off. Because see, what you think is golly, you got the Magnificent Seven companies, you got two of the seven Magnificent Seven companies that came out lackluster in second quarter earnings. Does that mean the rest of the Magnificent Seven, as they report, gonna be lackluster? Basically, to talk about Nvidia. Because we all know right now, the stock market in the short term goes wherever Nvidia goes. Why? Because it's the darling of Wall Street. So that's what the mental play is right now for investors, is to think, okay, the Magnificent Seven, who are the best of the best. You're talking about the top 7, 8 companies in the world. 2 of them came out with Q2 numbers last night that were lackluster. I mean, they wasn't flat out terrible, but they wasn't like knocking it out the park either. So now investors are asking themselves, whew, okay, is this setting the stage for the rest of these guys who are going to be coming out? Is this setting the stage for lackluster results? AKA, does this mean Nvidia will come out with its Q2 numbers on August 28th and they be lackluster? That's what the market's thinking, right? Let's be honest. Everything in the short term hinges on what Nvidia does. That's why this company, to our stock market in the short term. Now, don't get me wrong. We got a stock market that's a continuous bull market with a lot of great companies in it, a lot of great sectors, a lot of great industries. So long term, no matter what happens with Nvidia, long term, we'll be fine. But in the short term, everything hinges on this company. It really does, guys. So especially now with 2 of your giant 7 companies in the world coming out with lackluster Q2 results. So now people are starting to say, maybe this is a larger correction, not just in AI, but maybe it's a larger correction in the larger technology world, industry. Maybe the technology industry as a whole is softening, and we need to find other avenues to make money short term instead of continue to wait on these tech companies. That's what the market is saying right now. So you're starting to see some pullback. If you looked at Nvidia this morning, immediately it went to $3. Right now, it's at $117.86. Already, we ain't even an hour into trading, guys, and we're already about $4 and almost $5 drop in the stock price. It ain't even been an hour. So a lot of people are saying, is this thing over? Did we miss the party? Should I have been in this thing in 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17? Is that where I should have been? Was that the opportunity then? Was it the real opportunity in 2022 when it was trading at $190 a share, and in 2 years, it almost 10x'd itself? Was that the last big jump for Nvidia? Because we know we had a jump from 2016 to 2020, there was a jump. Then there was another jump. And then obviously you had the last jump, which was 22 to 24. That was the last major jump. Is it over? is this stock overpriced? Is this current correction we're seeing a correction that needed to happen? Can this thing really take another 10x jump, or is it over? Is it just a regular tech company now? Those are all fair questions, in my opinion. They're all fair questions, but let's listen to what some of the experts say. And then I'm going to give y'all my feedback. But let's listen to the experts first, because I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy on YouTube, right? I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy on YouTube. So let's listen to the experts first. And then I'm just going to give you my I got 10,000 shares of this thing. So I'm going to give you my feedback. But let's listen to the experts. Here's the headline. Has Nvidia stock finally peaked? Let's check it out. Nvidia stock has been giving back some gains lately as investors have started to pull away from this high-flying tech stock. It's still at a market cap of around $3 trillion. And Nvidia remains one of the top stocks in the world. But investors are definitely more apprehensive about buying the stock these days. While its growth opportunities are plentiful, determining a fair valuation for the stock can be difficult. In this recent pullback in Nvidia's stock price just a temporary setback for the chip maker, and could now be a good time to invest in the business? See, this is what you got to ask yourself, guys. Is this an opportunity? Depends on how you look at it. And that's what they're telling you. Is this an opportunity to get in on this thing while the market is fearful? Is this an opportunity to get in on this thing while the market is fearful? You know, one of the world's greatest investors always says, be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. Is this a moment in time where common folk like you and me, who are trying to gain net worth, gain assets, gain independence from the matrix, is this an opportunity for us to be greedy, or is it an opportunity to be fearful? Only you can answer that question, guys. Only you can answer that question. But that's what you got to think about. See, we only get a few moments in our life to be extraordinary. We only get a few moments. We get a few moments in our life to be extraordinary. Is this one of your moments? Is this one of your moments to be extraordinary? Only you can answer that. But let's keep reading. Is this recent pullback in Nvidia's stock price just a temporary setback for the chip maker, and could now be a good time to invest in the business? Or is this a sign that Nvidia's stock has finally reached a peak and that more of a decline could follow in the near future? That's the 900-pound gorilla question right there, guys. That's the 900-pound gorilla question. Like I told you earlier, we only get a few times in life where we can be extraordinary. You got to figure out if this is one of your moments. Is this one of your moments? I'm going to get to my opinion here in a second, but let's keep listening to the expert, because we also want to listen to the experts, right? But we can come up with our own conclusion once we listen to the experts. Is this just part of a broader tech slump. Remember, I talked about that earlier. You got the two big boy Mag 7 companies, Google, AKA Alphabet, and Tesla, came out with Q2 numbers last night. Very lackluster, nothing impressive. Matter of fact, it was so lackluster that guess what the market did this morning? Softened, pulled back. Look across the board at your Magnificent Seven today. Pull back, because the market is thinking, goodness gracious, is this the sign of more mediocrity? That's the word I'm looking for, mediocrity to come. And if it is, guess what? I'm out of here. I'm here to make money. I ain't here to buy mediocre stocks. I'm here to make money. So let me pull out of here and go to small cap, go to different industries and find what it's money at right now. I'm not going to be in mediocre stocks. I don't care how big they are. I don't care what the valuation is. If they ain't making me no money, I'm out of here. That's what you saw this morning. But let's keep moving. Is this just part of a broader tech slump? A dip in price just isn't typical for Nvidia, which has been the ultimate growth stock to own over the past year and a half. See, that's the problem. People are thinking it's too late. They're thinking the growth happened. The last major growth was a year and a half ago. If you'd have bought in 22, that was the last major growth. That's an opinion. Its sales have been tripling. Demand continues to be strong, and analysts remain bullish on what lies ahead in the realm of artificial intelligence. In the past month, Nvidia stock has declined by more than 3% in 1 month. The technology select sector SPDR fund has also been down more than 1% during this period. As it hasn't been just Nvidia that has been a recent pullback, other tech stocks have also been struggling. Amazon also declined in the last month by 1.5%. Meta Platforms has fallen by 1%. And Microsoft. This recent bearishness doesn't appear to be limited to Nvidia stock. And while these aren't huge declines, any sort of drop in value for Nvidia could ignite investor concerns. That's the problem. And that's what happened with Google and Tesla last night. I started this thing off, started with those two companies. Why? Because they're big boy, blue chip, mega caps. And they're in the Magnificent Seven. So this whole thing starts with the Magnificent Seven and it ends with the Magnificent Seven. If the Magnificent Seven is not doing well, guys, tech is not doing well. Nobody cares about them other companies behind them. Nobody cares. Nobody cares as if Intel is doing good. No one cares. Intel is not a market mover. The Magnificent Seven are market movers. Intel's not. AMD's not. Broadcom's not. They are not market movers. That doesn't mean you can't make money in those stocks. I'm just telling you they're not market movers. No one's going to lead a headline if Intel has a mediocre Q2. No one cares. But if Google has a mediocre Q2, if Tesla has a mediocre Q2, and God forbid, Nvidia has a mediocre Q2, you listen, guys, and I don't use this term the wrong way. It's just a term that is used in the investment arena. There's going to be a lot of blood in the streets. And I'm talking about the financial streets. I don't promote violence or nothing like that. I'm just talking about in the financial streets. That's a common term people use, blood in the streets. There's going to be some blood in the streets if Nvidia comes out with lackluster, AKA mediocre Q2 numbers. So what investors are doing now, they're trying to hedge against that. A lot of them are saying, you know something? We had a good 6 months. Month 7 has been kind of volatile. Let's go a different direction. We can always revisit this thing in the third quarter. I'm sorry, in the fourth quarter. We can always revisit this thing in the fourth quarter. So what's happening is you're starting to see a little bit of a sell-off, and now you're starting to see doubt. That's where the fear comes in. And that's where this great investor, Warren Buffett, has always said, you know, be greedy when others are fearful. And right now, others are fearful. The question is, should we be greedy? You got to answer that question. Should you be greedy right now? Warren Buffett is one of the richest men in the world, one of the greatest investors in our time. And that's what he has hung his hat on his whole career. Be greedy when others are fearful, and then be fearful when others are greedy. Is this one of your moments? We only get a few, guys, where we can be extraordinary. We get a few moments where we can be extraordinary. Is this one of your moments? Will you be extraordinary? I don't know. You got to answer that question. You got to answer that question. So here we go. Is Nvidia stock too expensive? Is Nvidia stock too expensive? Let's listen to what the experts say. A big reason investors haven't been too concerned about Nvidia's rising valuation up until now is that they know the company's sales and profits will soar due to a significant increase in demand for its AI chips and other data center products in its first quarter results of fiscal 2025, which ended on April 28th, 2024, Nvidia's net income skyrocketed from $2 billion a year ago to now nearly $15 billion. It's not too shabby for a 3-month period. That type of explosive growth can make it easy to justify paying such a steep premium for the business, knowing that the company's profits will be quite rich thanks to AI. But it's also unlikely that Nvidia will continue growing at such a high pace. In the meantime, investors still pay a hefty premium for the business. And what do they mean by that, guys? So when you look at a company like Nvidia, who's doing, let's say, $60 billion in revenue, this is what they're doing now. This is what they did in their last fiscal year. They did $60 billion in revenue, but you got a $3 trillion market cap. Guys, you got companies like Walmart, who do $650 billion annually in revenue, who have a $500 billion market cap. They got about a $600 billion market cap. This is Walmart, but Walmart does $650 billion a year in revenue. Nvidia does 60, but has a 4, 5, 6 times higher market cap. That's what they mean, that the stock price is pricey because it don't match up. Not $60 billion in revenue, and you got a $3 trillion market cap. So people think, golly, that's pretty expensive. How in the world could they have a $3 trillion market cap with only $60 billion in revenue? That's the argument, right? So what people are saying, as revenue goes up, if you go from 60 billion to 120 billion, they're still saying that's still a pricey stock price based on a valuation. Now, again, I'm no expert here, guys. I'm just giving you my little 2 cents. You go out and do your own fact checking. I'm no expert, but you go do your own fact checking. I'm just giving you my little 2 cents. But that's the way I look at it. They just think it's too expensive when you look at the revenue versus the market cap. That don't make sense to a lot of people. So they say it's a premium. You look at a company like Microsoft, who is a $3 trillion market cap, but Microsoft is doing I don't know, in that 300 billion range a year in sales. They're doing about 300 billion, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, but way more than what Nvidia's doing. Way, way, way more. Same as Apple, way more. I think Apple's in that 300 billion range, high 200 billion range revenue. So it kind of makes more sense for those companies to be 3 trillion. But how can a $60 billion company in revenue be 3 trillion in market cap? That's why people are thinking it's so expensive. That type of explosive growth can make it easy to justify paying such a steep premium for the business, knowing that the company's profits will be quite rich thanks to AI, but it's also unlikely that Nvidia will continue that type of growth at that high pace. In the meantime, investors still pay a hefty premium for the business. At more than 70 times its trailing earnings, the stock is priced a fair bit higher than its 10-year average price to earnings PE multiple of 57. Investors appear to be willing to pay more of a premium for the stock than they have been in the past, but those limits have been tested in the past. Back in 2021, when the PE multiple was north of 80, before the valuation would end up coming down. A brief drop in price isn't indicative that there will be a similar pullback now, but it is a question that many investors are likely wondering about, whether this may be the start of a much larger decline for Nvidia's soaring stock. Brings us back to the original question: is it time to get out? Is it time to get out? Stock's crashing again. Is it time to dump this stock and move on to something else? That's the question. This expert makes a great case. The expert makes a great case. A brief drop in price isn't indicative that there will be a similar pullback now, but it is a question that many investors are likely wondering about, whether this may be the start of a much larger decline for Nvidia's soaring stock. However, I wouldn't be overly concerned. This is how the expert ends this conversation. The expert says, however, I wouldn't be overly concerned. Simply because its earnings are still likely to climb far higher in the future. Even if the PE multiple investors are willing to pay for Nvidia stock comes down a bit, an increase in the bottom line could offset that and help Nvidia's valuation rise higher in the end. Is it too late to invest in Nvidia stocks? I don't think Nvidia stock has peaked, simply because it's still a leader in the AI chip market. So here's the conclusion. Here's the expert's conclusion. Again, this is what he's saying. I don't think Nvidia stock has peaked, simply because it's still a leader in the AI chip market. While there will be rivals down the road that will try to take some market share from Nvidia in the future, it has built up such a strong position that it could take a while before that happens. Now, you guys have been rocking with me. I've been telling you guys this for months and months and months. Nobody catches these guys in the next 3 to 5 years. So the expert, I'm saying the same thing the expert's saying. Now, the expert's saying the same thing, right? He's saying down the road somebody might catch him. But they built up such a lead, such a strong lead, nobody catches them anytime soon. So listen, if you're in the AI industry and you want to build out large language platforms, if you want to build out cloud services, networks, if you want to, whatever, you want the best of the best chips in your little phone and all that stuff, guys, you can't go nowhere but Nvidia. I mean, you still got people out here that's trying to get their H100 and the H200, these smaller companies. They can't even get those. They already got 40,000 Blackwell architecture coming. 40,000 of them being released now, getting ready to be released. So that's what the expert is saying. The expert is saying, yeah. We understand that the investors think it's overvalued. We understand all that. We understand 60 billion in revenue, $3 trillion just don't make sense. We understand all of that. But if you're in AI and you believe in this AI stuff, nobody's better than these guys. Nobody. That gives them the edge. That's the differentiator. They're the best. They are the best. And when you're the best, people pay a premium. For me personally, when I go somewhere, I pay a premium because I want the best. I know I can go find an inferior product out there, but I want the best. Right? Same when I'm picking stocks. I know I can go find some cheaper stocks out there that probably give me a decent little return, but I want the best in my portfolio. I want the 900-pound gorilla. I want the top dog. And that's what this company is. It's the top dog, guys. It's the top dog. And I firmly believe on August 28th, when them Q2 numbers come out, I firmly believe this company will take it to another level. We only get so many moments. We only get so many opportunities in our life. We only get so many opportunities. Is this one of your opportunities? We only get so many opportunities, guys, to be exceptional. Is this one of your opportunities? Will you follow the guidance of Warren Buffett? Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. Is this a time right now where others are fearful? Are Wall Street firms bailing out on this stock? Are some retail investors bailing out on this stock? It seems like the stock is falling and it's continuing to fall. Is this an opportunity to be greedy? For me, it is. It's an opportunity for me to be greedy. Very greedy. Very greedy. I'm going to continue buying this stock. I'm not going to worry about what the experts say. I believe this company is going to go down in our history as one of the greatest companies that have ever done it in the world. That's what I think. They're going to be one of the greatest companies ever. They're going to be the first company in the history of the world to top $4 trillion market cap. They're going to be the first company to do it. And I'm going to be right there alongside them in this journey. That's what I believe, guys. I'm going to stick with the Buffett methodology. I'm going to be greedy because I know others are fearful right now. Others are fearful. So I'm going to be greedy. See, I love that the stock price is doing what it's doing because it's going to be even that much sweeter, guys, when them Q2 numbers come out. I just have faith that this company is going to deliver above expectations. That's what I believe. I got a feeling that they're going to deliver above expectations. If you go and look at what type of activity that they're doing with TSM. TSM has already went on record and said that they've upped their purchases by 25%. Nvidia has. Why would they do that, guys? Why would they do that? Just saying, man, you got to figure out, we don't get very many moments, right? Not very. We get a few moments in this life to be extraordinary. Just a few moments. This is one of my moments. This is one of my moments to be extraordinary. And I'm not gonna miss this blessing. Now, you got to figure out what you want to do. I'm not your financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do. You do whatever you feel like you need to do. But you need to sit down and have a conversation with yourself. You need to do a checkup from the neck up. You need to get into your filter system and figure out and get into in here and figure out what you're trying to get accomplished. And can this company help you do that? No guarantees in this life, but can they help you do that? Especially now where people are bailing on them. People are bailing. People are fearful. They're like, oh man, the growth is done. You should have gotten this thing 3 years ago, Richard. You're too late. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe it's just beginning. I believe the run is just starting. I don't believe that. I think the run is just starting. So let me finish up here what the expert has to say. Is it too late to invest in Nvidia stock? I don't think Nvidia stock has peaked simply because it's still a leader in the AI chip market. While there will be rivals down the road that will try to take some market share from Nvidia in the future, it has built up such a strong position that it could take a while before that happens. As long as companies continue to spend heavily on artificial intelligence, Nvidia's results may continue to remain impressive in the foreseeable future, given its dominance in the industry. Until there's a crack in Nvidia's armor that suggests demand is starting to waver or there's an increase in competition on the horizon, this can still make for a good stock to buy and hold right now. Nice little commentary. As I've already told you guys, as long as there's no business performance issues with Nvidia, I keep buying it. And right now, there is no information out there to say that there's a business performance issue. I agree with the expert. As long as there is enthusiasm about artificial intelligence and big boy companies are still willing to pay billions and billions of dollars every year for chips to improve their AI platforms, nobody gonna touch Nvidia. And the revenue at some point is gonna rival big boy companies like Amazon and Microsoft and Apple and Meta. That it's coming. The revenue is coming, guys. If they can sell through the 40,000 black whales, that represents $200 billion in revenue right there. If they can sell through the 40,000 units of black whale, which there is no indication that they can't. So right there alone, guys, that's $200 billion in revenue if they can sell through black whale. And then in 26, they're coming out with Rubin. So I think over the next 3 years, is it realistic this company can go from 60 billion to 250 billion? Yes, I think so. With what they already have in the pipeline. And here's the kicker. H100, H200, still selling them. You got smaller companies who can't afford Blackwell, who can't afford the coming Rubin. They can't afford those. They're still buying H100, H200. Why? Because they're still the best chips out there. They still are better chips than what the competition is doing. The older chips are better. Everybody ain't got the balance sheet that Microsoft got. Everybody ain't got a Meta balance sheet where they got all this reserve flushed with cash. All these companies don't have that. So they're gonna buy H100, H200 because for their budget, that's what they gotta get. They can't get the big boy, shiniest, newest thing on the block, Blackwell. Can't afford it. But I guarantee you Meta's gonna buy it. I can guarantee you Microsoft is gonna buy it. I can guarantee you Alphabet is gonna buy it. Why? Because they got cloud service. They're cloud service providers. Microsoft is, Google is, Amazon is, Oracle, they are cloud service providers. And it's very, 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 very important that they have the very best chips that money can buy. Why? Because they're in a race to see who can get to the top of that cloud service provider business. They're all clumped together right now. They're in a race because that's the future. That's the future, especially for Amazon. That's Amazon's future, not this selling y'all stuff online. It's that cloud service provider arm, AWS, that's the 900-pound gorilla, very profitable for Amazon. So those companies will continue to invest in AI, I believe. And of course, you know how life works. When the big boys are doing something, all the little boys want to do it too. All the little boys want a piece because they want to be big boys one day. So if Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet, Tesla, if all of these guys continue spending on AI, all the little guys are going to want to spend on AI too. And guess who the leader in AI right now? Nvidia. So there you go. My answer is I'm all in. I'm not selling a thing. I'm going to buy more. I'm going to buy more. Things keep going like they're going today. I'm going to buy me some more today because I got 1,700 shares more to go to get to my 10,000 threshold. I got 1,700 more shares to go. I'd love for it to get down in the 110 range. I would love that. I would love that. I'm fingers crossed if it can get to 110 today. I hope it gets to 110 before 7/31/2024 because if it gets to 110, guys, whew, yes, that's going to be a bargain. That's going to make a lot of money. So right now, 117, let's see if it can go lower. See, that just brings more fear. More fear. If more fear comes out, it's going to go lower. Because I believe on August 28th, matter of fact, before August 28th, August 1st, leading up to August 28th, you're going to see a drastic change, in my opinion, in this stock. I think so. So that's it, man, on that one. Let's move on and let's talk about real quickly. Let's run into what's happening right now in stocks. Before I do that, guys, do me a big favor. If you want up to 20 free stocks, the good folks at Moomoo, my self-directed brokerage app that I personally use, they're willing to give you up to 20 free stocks for just trying out their Moomoo brokerage account. First link down in the description box of this video, go click on that Moomoo link. Sign up for Moomoo today. Here's how it works. Here are the qualifiers. When you sign up for Moomoo today, if you put $100 in your brokerage account, they will give you 8 free stocks, publicly traded companies. Publicly traded companies like on the New York Stock Exchange, the Chicago Stock Exchange, and the like. Publicly traded companies. They're going to give you 8 of them for free for just trying out their brokerage app when you put at least $100 in your account when you open it. If you decide to go a step further and put at least $1,000 in your new brokerage account, your new Moomoo brokerage account, they're going to give you 20 free stocks, publicly traded companies. Stocks can be valued anywhere from $2 a share up to $2,000 a share. Now, you don't get to pick your stocks. I don't get to pick them for you. It's a random process done by the folks at Moomoo. But let's face it, guys. 20 free stocks is 20 free stocks. That increases your net worth automatically. For someone that says, Richard, you know, I don't really have that much net worth. You get 20 free stocks, now you got net worth. All you got to do is build on that. Then you take that $1,000 and you can consider a company like Nvidia to invest your $1,000 in. Well, it's $117 a share. I mean, how can I get the full 1,000 in? Well, you can get the full 1,000 in through fractional share trading, because what will happen is you're going to buy as many whole shares as you can. And let's say you buy 7 whole shares, and that's, let's say $900, whatever it is. And you got $100 dingling out there left, but you can't buy a whole share because the whole share is 117, but you only got 100. That's where fractional share trading comes in, because you could take that 100 and buy a fractional share of a whole share. And now you got the full $1,000 into Nvidia. That's the great thing about using a self-directed brokerage app who allows fractional share trading. Not only that, you can do automatic investing. You can set up where you got $1,000 every month coming from your bank checking account or savings account into your Moomoo brokerage account. And then the Moomoo folks, the Moomoo technology will take that $1,000 and do fractional share trading for you all in Nvidia or all in the Magnificent Seven or putting it in an ETF, whatever you set it up to do, it will automatically do that for you to take away the manual process of trading. What if you get stocks or ETFs that throw off dividends once a quarter? And you don't want those dividends just sitting in your brokerage account doing nothing. They will automatically reinvest those dividends as well. They can automate this thing for you 100%, guys. For you busy folks who don't want to be looking at the stock market every day or worrying about it, automate it. Get down to that description box and click on that Moomoo link, guys. Please go get that free stock. Don't let these 20 publicly traded company stocks miss you. Don't miss this one, guys. Get down, because it's a limited time. And they're doing it for me, right? They're doing it for me with my link. 20 free stocks. You're not going to get that anywhere else, guys. You're not. There is nobody else. I don't care what other self-directed brokerage app you're using. They're not going to give you 20 free publicly traded stocks to try their app. Moomoo, through me, is the only one doing that. So get in where you fit in, all right? If you want to build wealth, don't talk about building wealth. Actually go out and do it. And that's what you're going to be doing when you're clicking on that Moomoo link. Stop talking about it. Go do it. Don't wait for a guru. Oh, I'm going to wait for the guru to send me an email and tell me what to buy. Why are you doing that? Don't wait on no guru. You be the guru. It's pretty simple. Buy big boy blue chip and stay in them and keep buying them. This is a continuous bull market we're in. It don't stop going up, guys. If you don't listen to nothing else I say, please listen to this. It will never stop going up. Will it have a period of correction? Absolutely. And they call that a bear market correction. But that's inside of the continuous bull market that goes up. Right? It continuously goes up, guys, and it will forever. That's the whole purpose of the stock market. If the whole purpose isn't for it to go up, why would people put their money in it? They wouldn't. The whole purpose of the stock market is to go up. Now, it's healthy to have corrections or a period of consolidation. That's healthy. And the stock market needs that periodically. That's what we're experiencing right now in technology. We're experiencing a temporary correction/consolidation. When you have a stock like Nvidia that went on a 2-year run like it did, you have to pull back some. You have to have a consolidation and a period of correction. What is that? That's investors taking profits, taking their money and putting it somewhere else. That's all it is. See, big time investors do not think like you and me. I think like, okay, I'm gonna buy this Nvidia stock and I'm prepared to stay in this thing for 5 years, 10 years. Big boy investors don't look at it like that. They only want to stay in that thing long enough to make the money they want to make, and then they're going on to something else. That's what the period of correction is in consolidation. Every time you see a period of correction inside of the continuous bull market, that is just market makers, market movers, Wall Street firms, billionaire investors. They are consolidating their portfolios, rotating out, consolidating, correcting their portfolios, rotating out, going elsewhere to make money. But they'll be back. They'll be back. That's all that is. Trust me on this. If this thing was not continuous, guys, and people could make money, it wouldn't exist. The whole point of it existing is because it's going to always go up. You have to figure out the psychology of that. Once you figure out the psychology of that, then the only thing you got to do is pick winners. That's all you got to do. It's going to always go up. Where people lose money is because of a couple different things. One, they allow propaganda to come into their filter system that tells them to sell, panic sell. And they do it. They do it. They let propaganda, they get propagandized by the mainstream media, by the 1%, and they panic sell. The second reason is they never had an end result that they were trying. They never knew why they were doing this. They just did it because the neighbor said it was cool to do. They did it because some friend said it was cool to do. They never knew why they was investing in the stock market. So all of a sudden, a little bit of a panic button gets hit, they freak out because they have no reason why they're in here. They don't know why they're in. I don't know why. I mean, my buddy said he made some money, so I figured I'd give it a try. They got no end result. So when you don't have an end result or a compelling reason to do something, guys, when adversity comes, you quit. Anything in your life, not just invested in the stock market. Think about your life. Think about any time you've quit something. Think about it. Anytime you just said, so I'm done, I quit. Typically, people quit when they don't have a compelling reason not to quit. If there's not something means more to you than quitting, you typically will quit. That's just life. If there's not something on the other side of quitting that keeps me from quitting, I quit. That's just in our DNA. That's how we're wired. That's how they've trained us. Since we were 5 years old, when we entered kindergarten, our educational system has trained us to quit when times get tough. Just quit. Go find something else to do. Just quit. The only time we don't quit if we have something on the other side of that that's more powerful and means more to us. I'm struggling over here, right? It's been hard. I'm struggling. Why don't I just throw in the towel? I don't throw in the towel because I think about my family. I think about my family. I think about what will my daughters think of their father if he quits. That means more to me than my fear. You better find something that means more to you than your fear. I'm not going to let my daughter see me quit in nothing. Nothing. That means more to me than my fear. Oh, golly, I got 10,000 shares of this guy. Oh, my God, I got a lot of my money in here. Whoa, shoot, this thing is falling like crazy. Calm down. Take the emotional thinking cap off. Put on the logical thinking cap. Is anything wrong with the company materially? Has the business went backwards? Are they losing customers? Are they losing market share? Are they missing earnings? Are they... What's happening with are these things that are happening to the company controllable by the company? That's when you get out of a stock, guys. When the company itself is not living up to its end of the bargain. I put my money in your company, you run your company the way you're supposed to run it to make a profit. If you don't want to do that, I can't put my money in your company. I'm going to put it in a different company. That's the game. That's my agreement with Nvidia. My agreement with Nvidia is this. I'm going to put my money in your company. Your things that you control is you better make money. That's the trade-off. I put my money in, you take my money and make me more money. If you can't do that, Nvidia, I'm going to sell your stock and go find me another company that can. Period. That's my agreement with Nvidia. It's that simple. That cut and dry. I'm going to give you my money because I need you to multiply it because I got goals that I need to reach. And if you can do that, I'll keep giving it to you. If you can't do that, I'm going to stop giving it to you. I'm going to sell your stock and I'm going to go somewhere else. Period. That's my relationship with Nvidia. Pretty simple relationship. Not complicated. I don't know why we make this complicated. You give your money to these companies and they have a fiduciary responsibility to make you money. If they can't live up to that fiduciary responsibility, sell the stock, take your money, put it somewhere else. Period. That's it. It ain't no more complicated than that, guys. I know we want to make it more complicated. I get it. Don't get me wrong. We want to make it more complicated because that's the 1%. See, that's the trap they got you in. They want you to make it more complicated than that because they want you scared and afraid and panic selling at the wrong time, buying at the wrong time. They always want to keep you off guard. But the only thing you got to ask yourself is this. If I give my money to this company, they have a responsibility to double it, triple it, quadruple it for me. If they don't do that, I'm going to take my money out and I'm going to put it somewhere else. That's it, guys. That's it. They live up to their end of the bargain. I'm living up to my end. My end is to put money in your company to help you be successful. Your end of the bargain is you got to help me be successful by making me some money. It's pretty simple. So please take a look at anything in your portfolio, and that's the gate you got to pass it through. You got to pass it through that grade. And anytime you feel like it's not doing that, sell it. Sell it. And find something that can meet that requirement for you. I think Nvidia can meet that requirement for me. So here we go. Here's what's going on in the market. Here's what's going on in the market. This is what happened this morning. And this is what I talked about earlier when I started this whole conversation. NASDAQ drops 2% as disappointing Tesla and Alphabet earnings send tech lower. See, when you got mega caps like these two, mega caps, magnificent seven companies that don't perform well, it ripple effect through the whole tech market. Matter of fact, it's a ripple effect through the whole stock market, but especially tech, right? So that's what you're having this morning. Stocks fell Wednesday after underwhelming reports from two mega cap tech companies dented investor sentiment, putting the NASDAQ composite on track for its worst day since October. See what I'm saying? But back to what Buffett said. Be greedy when others are fearful. So for people like you and me who are trying to collapse time frames and build wealth, be greedy when others are fearful. This is where you make your real money at, guys. See, this is where you make, this is one, like I told y'all earlier, these are one of the few times in our lives we can be extraordinary. Right now. Right now. If you believe in tech, especially big tech, everything's on sale. I sent a post, not a post, but a comment in the community chat yesterday of my private mentorship club. And I basically just said, hey, CrowdStrike is trading at $270 a share. And then I also put a picture in it that showed them the last month where it was trading at a month ago, all the way up to like July 1 or July 2nd or something like that. They were trading in like the high threes, 378, 375, 370, 382, just up there. And I said, there may be some gold in them hills. Basically saying, listen, guys, this may be one you want to put on the short list. Now, I'm not your financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do. But my job and my goal here is to drop information on you, drop opportunity on you, and you figure out if it's an opportunity that you want to run with. See, here's my thought process. Is it market behavior or is it business performance? What happened to CrowdStrike? Market behavior, business performance. I say it's market behavior. I say the stock price has tumbled down to $270 a share on market behavior. I say it comes back to the 3-something at some point. So is that an opportunity? Is that others being fearful? And is it an opportunity for you to be greedy and capture $150 worth of value over the next several months, the next 6 months by buying this company? I don't know, because I'm not your financial advisor. My job is to present opportunities, to present information. You make the determination if it's an opportunity. I did the same thing for Serve Robotics, right? I did a live stream where I talked about Nvidia buying a 10% stake in this little company, this little robotics company. Nobody had ever heard of, really, right? They bought a 10% stake in this little robotics company. And that's where, guys, you got to be thinking about, listen, a 900-pound gorilla like Nvidia buys a 10% stake in something, they got something coming. They know something you and I don't know. They have a direction for this company. With their power and owning 10% of the company, which is a significant ownership position, they bought 3.7 million shares of this company, guys. And immediately the company is starting to go up a little bit. Now, I don't know where it's at today, but it went up about $2 a share. Boom. Could it be a $50 a share company in a year or two? Could it be a $100 a share company in a year or two? What if Nvidia buys more of a position or invests more technology into this little company that starts to grow? There's an opportunity for you to pick up something at $8, $9, $10 a share And if you believe in Nvidia, see, that's what I hang my hat on. I don't hang my hat on this little company. I hang my hat on everything Nvidia touches turns to gold. That's the mentality I have with Nvidia. Anything they touch, it'll turn to gold. Now, I don't know that to be absolute, but I'm giving you how I feel about Nvidia. You may feel different, but that's okay. We can respectfully disagree, right? Let's finish up this. Stocks fell Wednesday after underwhelming reports from two mega cap tech companies dented investor sentiment, putting the NASDAQ composite on track for its worst day since October. The tech-heavy NASDAQ dropped 2.5%, while the S&P slid 1.6%. The Dow shedded 377 points. So this was just not technology, guys. This was the broader stock market. When you see the NAS, the S&P, and the Dow slide, this was stock market entirety, right? Every part of the stock market was affected by this. Shares of Google, parent company Alphabet, fell by 4%. Again, is that an opportunity to do something extraordinary in your financial life? One of the great companies in the world fell by 4%. Is that an opportunity to be greedy? Or are you going to be a part of the fearful bunch? I don't know. You got to make that determination. Although Alphabet reported a top and bottom line beat, YouTube advertising revenue fell below the consensus estimate. Meanwhile, Tesla shares declined 12% on weaker than expected results and a 7% year-over-year drop in auto revenue. Is that an opportunity to be greedy, or should you be fearful? That's up to you. You got a 12% drop in Tesla. We know the history of Tesla. That thing could drop another 20%. So I get it, right? But you got to make that determination. Other mega cap tech stocks fell in symphony with Alphabet and Tesla. Nvidia, Meta lost 4% each. Microsoft lost 3%. Opportunity to be greedy or an opportunity to be fearful? Which one? You have to make that decision, guys. We only get very few opportunities to be extraordinary in our life. And the people who reach that full potential and become extraordinary are people who take chances and take risks. I'm not telling you need to take a chance or a risk. I'm just telling you, you cannot be an extraordinary human being by being passive. At some point, you got to be a little active. You can't just be passive, guys, and be extraordinary. I don't know one person that has ever changed anything on the face of this earth that was passive. Every one of them who've made a difference on this planet have been active. You can't be passive, guys, and build the wealth that you need. You have to be active. You got to actively participate in it from a revenue standpoint. Now, once you build your wealth and it's high enough, then you can become passive if you want to. Because now you got wealth big enough and high enough to generate passive income without you doing anything. But a lot of us are not there yet. It's not time for us to be passive yet. That time is coming. Right now, it's time for us to be extremely active and take advantage of these opportunities to build our wealth. And then we can kick back and be passive and let our income come from our wealth. Right now, we got to be actively taking this income and putting it in things that can multiply. It's the whole point of this conversation today. The whole point of the conversation is to get you to a point where you understand some of the psychology of the stock market. We gotta grasp some of that and take it and move on it and act on it. Again, I can't tell you what to buy and what not to buy. That's only you can tell yourself that. What I am here to do is to give you my opinion on the psychology of the stock market, give you my opinion on these companies, give you my opinion on what I believe I'm going to be doing to continue being what? Extraordinary. I'm going to be extraordinary over these next 10 years in the stock market. I'm going to be extraordinary over these next 10 years in building a business. I'm going to be extraordinary in the next 10 years on buying real estate for income when it presents itself. That's it. I'm going to be extraordinary from a financial standpoint so that I can make sure I leave the legacy I need to leave to the second most important thing in my world. That's my daughters. The only thing more important to me is my relationship with God. That's it. Those are the two things that drive me. And then the third thing is you guys. Helping as many of you guys get to freedom as I can by having hard conversations with you. Honest conversations with you. And doing my very best to give you my opinion and give you things that I believe can move the needle. Things that I believe can help you be extraordinary. So you make the decision on that. You make the decision. But I presented you with some opportunities here, and you're going to have to decide, am I going to be greedy or am I going to be fearful? You got to make that determination. But nobody can say, listening to this video, that you don't know, because you do. Now, whether you decide to do anything with it or not is on you, but you know. When you go to bed at night, you can't tell yourself, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, you know. Now, whether you act on it or not is up to you, but you do know. You do know. You do know. These reports mark investors' first look at how mega cap companies fared during the second quarter. Remember, I started the conversation with that. Remember, I told you why these companies reporting their Q2 numbers, these two mega caps, these two magnificent seven companies. Why was that important? Because it was setting the stage for all the rest of them. It was setting the stage. Had those companies beat expectations, guys, the stock market would be so green right now. But since they didn't beat expectations, a lot of it is red. But again, I think that's opportunity for us because I think you build wealth in the red. I think you build wealth in the red. You take profits in the green. You build your wealth in the red and you take your profits in the green. That's the way it works, guys. You have to build your wealth in the red and then take the profits in the green. Today is very, very red. Set yourself up to take some profits down the road in the green. All right, let's move on. Those reports mark investors' first look at how mega cap companies fared during the second quarter. Reports from these names are special interest to Wall Street as this small cohort is responsible for the bulk of this year's gains. I told y'all that, guys. See, in the short term, the Magnificent Seven and these tech mega caps have been driving all the revenue this year in the stock market. See, typically when interest rates are this high, the stock market don't do this good. But what has defied interest rates is the enthusiasm and the FOMO that these mega caps, led by Nvidia, have brought to the stock market. Because typically, guys, in a normal environment, these stocks wouldn't be doing this well because interest rates are too high. But they defied that. The mega caps, Nvidia, defied interest rates, brought FOMO, brought enthusiasm. Remember, I told y'all a big part of the stock market is FOMO and enthusiasm, guys. When you see massive runs, that's what do you think sustains this bull market we have, this continuous bull market? What sustains it? FOMO, optimism, euphoria, the idea of getting wealthy, the idea of getting more wealthier. All of those things drive this continuous stock market, guys. And that's what's been happening. So when you see the mega caps pull back, as an investor, you got to ask yourself, whoa, okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? One of the fastest ways for a rotation to occur under the surface would be earnings misses from Magnificent Seven companies, wrote strategist Ryan Gerbinsky. We have talked about for some time how eventually AI enthusiasm will turn to AI disappointment. The next 2 weeks will be pivotal. 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 Okay, I'm done. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't pronounce that word. So far, though, the earnings season overall is off to a strong start. More than 25% of S&P 500 companies. Now, what they mean there is all sectors, not just the tech sector, all sectors. Because remember, the S&P 500 has 11 sectors in it. And they're just telling you 25% of those 11 sectors have done well in the earnings season. So it ain't the whole stock market, it's just tech. And when you say tech, I'm talking about mega cap. So you got regular tech, and then you got mega cap. Mega cap is the Magnificent Seven. That's mega cap, right? So mega cap has started off a little shaky. But the overall S&P, they're saying 25% of the S&P companies have reported their second quarter earnings, with roughly 80% of them topping expectations. So it ain't the entire stock market, guys. It's just mega cap. So 25% of the S&P 500 companies have reported second quarter, 25%. Of that 25% that have reported, 80% are winning. They beat expectations. That's a dang on good statistic right there, guys, to hang your hat on. That's a good statistic to hang your hat on. Adding to investor concerns on Wednesday morning was weaker than expected U.S. manufacturing data. The U.S. PMI Flash Manufacturing Output Index fell to 49.5 in July, unexpectedly slipping into contraction territory as new orders, production, and inventories declined. Economists had forecasted a reading of 51.5 according to Dow. A Wednesday report also showed that new home sales came in lighter than economists had expected for the month of June. Now, what does that mean? Why? And again, that's bad news for the economy, but for investors, that's pretty good news. Why? That still forces the Fed that they got to reduce rates. See, they got to. Right? You got the housing market still struggling. You got home sales coming in lighter than what they expected. That's not good, because the housing market is part of our economy. And then all of a sudden now you got this manufacturing output index that came in under expectations. And what does that mean? Unexpected slipping into contraction territory as new orders, production, and inventories declined. That's not good news for our economy, guys. See, now the Fed is between a rock and a hard place. They got to reduce rates. This is all signs that the economy is weakening. And I told you guys weeks ago, the economy is not growing at the pace it grew in 2023. It's not. It's way under. The economy grew over 3% in 23, guys. Right now, it's at 1.5% through the first 6 months. That's not good news. So we know we got rate reductions coming. I don't care what nobody say, them rate reductions coming. And I believe they're going to start in September. And then I think we'll have one in November. And then I think we'll end the year in December with 3 rate cuts this year. Back to what I said earlier. Do you want to be greedy, or do you want to be fearful? You got to think about it. See, I look at all this fear right now as an opportunity for me to pick up additional shares. And then I think what's going to happen is on the 28th of August, Nvidia is going to come out with killer numbers on top of 3 rate cuts. By the end of the year, all of this stuff that I'm buying at a discount right now, going to be higher. That's the whole premise behind be greedy when others are fearful. I keep telling you, you build your wealth in the red, right? You build your wealth in the red. You realize that wealth, and you can take that wealth in the green, but you build it in the red, right? All right, guys, there we go. I've given y'all my little snapshot of what's going on in the market. I'm going to get ready to get on out of here. I got some stuff I got to do today, although I love hanging out with y'all. And if you want a double dose, catch your boy at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time today, where I give y'all a recap of, how much turmoil, how far does Nvidia fall? I hope to get down to $110 a share personally, so I can grab me another 1,700 shares to round out my $10,000 100,000 share position. That would be fantastic. I'm hoping that happens today. But nevertheless, at 6 p.m. Eastern time, I hope to be back on the airwaves of YouTube, sharing my opinion on the remainder of the day. You know what my opinion is on the morning part of the day. I think there's an opportunity. I think there's an opportunity for you guys to be extraordinary. The key is, will you be extraordinary? Doesn't matter what I want. What matters is what you want. Will you be extraordinary today? I hope you decide to be extraordinary today. I hope you decide to build some wealth today. I hope you decide to get out of the matrix today. I hope you decide to become independent today. We were put here to prosper, kings and queens. Rule and reign as kings and queens. But you got to accept the challenge of becoming extraordinary in order to do that. I hope you accept that challenge today. Anything I can do to help you, you know what to do. Lock it in with a thumbs up, number one. That's what you can do to help me be extraordinary today. You can help me be extraordinary by locking it in with a thumbs up. I will be very, very extraordinary today if you would lock this thing in with a thumbs up for you, boy. Lock it in with a thumbs up if you want Richard Faye to be extraordinary today. I appreciate you. Also, man, get down in the description box. Number one, click on that Moomoo link. Get you up to 20 free stocks. When you open a new Moomoo brokerage account today, you get 20 free stocks. Here's how you qualify for those 20 free stocks. Now, if you open that account with $100, guess what? You get 8 free stocks. Still, 8 publicly traded companies is no slouch. They're giving you that for free. You got net worth, gain net worth. You have become extraordinary today because you've gotten 8 free stocks. That's being extraordinary, guys. That's not being fearful, making excuses why I can't open it. You just go ahead and open it and become extraordinary and get yourself 8 free stocks. Now, those of you that want to be extra extraordinary, above and beyond the normal extraordinary, you put $1,000 in your new brokerage account. You're going to get 20 free stocks. I mean, you extra extraordinary. If you put $1,000 in your new brokerage account, you're going to get 20 free publicly traded stocks. Get down in the description box and click on that Moomoo link and become extraordinary today. Change something in your life today. Become extraordinary. Start building wealth through paper assets. Start building wealth. Become extraordinary today. Hey, if you don't know how to use that brokerage app, once you open it, put your money in there, send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Let me know you've opened the Moomoo brokerage account, you've put your money in there. Now you're ready to learn how to use the app so you can start buying paper assets to continue being extraordinary and build your wealth. Take what's rightfully yours, right? Which is wealth. Wealth is rightfully yours, but you got to be willing to pay the price to get it. Paying the price is getting your brokerage account, putting you some money in it, started changing this, thinking that you're extraordinary, right? I'm changing my mindset. I'm not going to be mediocre anymore. I'm going to be extraordinary for the rest of my life. Why? Because I'm the only one like me on this planet. So I'm already extraordinary. I just don't know it. There ain't nobody else. There's 8 billion people on this planet. There ain't nobody like you. You're the only one. There's nobody else like you. You're the only one. That makes you extraordinary. Now you just got to go ahead and develop being extraordinary, right? Build that wealth. Get down in the description box, click on that Moomoo link, and let's go get this money. And like I said, send me that email through the website if you need the training material, if you need the tutorial videos. I'll send them to you. ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky. It's on the way. ASAP Rocky. It's on the way. All you got to do is reach out and say, I want to be extraordinary. Send me that information, Richard. I want to be extraordinary. And I'll do everything in my power to help you be extraordinary. All right? So do me also a favor. Check out the digital products when you're over on the website. They can make you extraordinary as well. Those digital products, collapse time frames, get you to your pot of gold, give you all the instructions you need to get to your pot of gold. All you got to do is be willing to be extraordinary and make an investment in yourself, right? And then join the private mentorship club. That's near and dear to my heart, man. We almost got 800 people over there, and all of them are extraordinary. Every single one of them. Why? Because they made a decision to be extraordinary. See, they're already extraordinary because there are 800 people over there that are unique to each other. Not one of them are the same. They're the only one. Out of 8 billion people, each one of them are the only one of them. That makes you extraordinary already. Now they've decided, you know something, I'm already extraordinary, but let's take this thing to the next level. Let's take this thing to the next level and get this wealth. I'm already extraordinary, but I got to get this wealth so that I can be independent and I can control my time. I can have more choices and more freedom in my life. That's what they do over there in this private mentorship club. Fastest growing financial group on Patreon. If you want to be a part of that, man, and go chase this money, go chase this wealth. And again, wealth it's a byproduct of what we're really trying to accomplish, right? The real thing we're trying to accomplish is more time, more freedom, and more choices in our life. The more wealth I have that I can get to be more independent, I can go chase those 3 things. I can have those 3 things. That's really what I want. I want those 3 things. I want more of those 3 things, and wealth will help me do that. All right? So think about joining the private mentorship club through the website. We'd love to have you, and we'd love to chop it up with you. We got a really active community chat. We have live streams every week where we do Q&A. I'm making posts in there every single day on different things. I always do an inspirational thought every morning so that people can understand, listen, I'm extraordinary. And that's the whole purpose of me doing the inspirational messages every morning, because I want people to know that they're extraordinary every single day of their life, that they're with me. Every day you rock with me, you're going to get that inspirational message to let you know you are extraordinary. There is nobody else like you. You're unique. I love that. Well, all right, guys. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to get on out of here. Like I said, lock it in with a thumbs up if you don't mind, so that I can feel extraordinary today. Lock it in with a thumbs up. That will make me feel extraordinary as well. So thank you. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I'm going to see some of y'all this afternoon at 6:30 p.m. 6 o'clock p.m. 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. If you want a double dose, I'll see you guys then. Thoughts become things. See it in your mind. Hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.